Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's that time of week again when I'm giving you my Slimming World weigh-in update. So this is Tuesday the 5th of February, this is the night before weigh-in. This has been a good week. I feel this has been a good week anyway. I'm hoping the scales reflect that. I have not went off plan. I haven't even really had, no, I've not had any temptation this week either to go off plan. I have had a full fridge. I have had plenty of food in, plenty of healthy snacks and fruit and, you know, things like seafood sticks and ham and chicken and stuff. So last Wednesday I set myself a target that I would walk a minimum of 15 minutes each day, starting from Thursday, because Wednesday I was just far too busy. I couldn't do anything. And I am pleased to say that I achieved and exceeded that target. There was actually only one day, I was going to say there was only one day I done the minimum, but it wasn't even the minimum. I done 20 minutes. Every other day's been between 40 to 50 minutes. I've got this great walk that I do, and it's a variation of uphill and downhill and things like that. So it's not just flat. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of a workout, proper workout in when I'm going uphill. And there's one hill that's like, I swear to God, it's like that, or that even. I feel it's like that. It's really steep. So I can feel my juices pumping after I've done that one. It's about a 10-minute walk up that hill. I downloaded this app called Map My Walk. I used that before a couple of years ago when I done Slimming World, and I found it quite helpful then. It's nice to look back as well and see the maps that I've done and how long it's taken. And I can actually, even in the past week, it shows me that I'm getting a little bit quicker and quicker each time that I do it, this one route that I do. I don't do the same route all the time. I think I've done that maybe 3 or 4 times this week. In a couple of days I've done different routes, and I don't always take the dogs with me either to do day walks because, well, it depends how my back feels. But if my back's not feeling great, I won't take the dogs and I'll just go myself. I'll put my headphones in and I'll listen to a podcast or something, and so I'm really enjoying that. It's really good for mental health as well, by the way, that just taking some time out and listening to a podcast or some music or something. And I'm not big into music or anything, especially not today's music, but I do love a podcast. So yeah, I felt great that I've managed to achieve that every week. Another great thing about this week is that I feel that I've done great with the speed veg, a third of the plate being speed veg, or a lot of speed. I've had a lot of speed veg. I've had a lot of speed veg in my food. Even when I've been snacking, I've been trying my hardest to snack on speedy stuff as well. Like one night I could have went for seafood sticks, but I had peppers and some cucumber in that instead. And I actually found that I felt better going to bed rather than really bloated or something that I would if I had crisps. My favourite meal this week, and everybody has to go and try this. I was meant to do a cook with me on it, but I couldn't. There was just so many components to it, and I forgot to film most of it because I was too busy trying to get all the components together for it. But my favourite meal this week was the KFC burger. I found the recipe on Pinch of Gnome, so if you've not heard of them, go and visit the site. It's a great site for Slimming World recipes. So yeah, that was my favourite meal this week. And even better than that burger was the homemade hash browns. I used the recipe for this last time I done Slimming World, which was a couple of years ago, so I forgot about it. And then I was making the KFC burgers and I was like, oh, I'm going to put hash brown on it. Oh my God, these hash browns are amazing. I had them to snack a couple of nights as well. They're completely sin free. If I can find the link for them, because it is just a screenshot I have on my phone, if I can find the link for them, I will link them down below because they were so good. They're great to have, obviously, like in a burger or at the side, or, you know, for Saturday, Sunday morning breakfast and that. They were so nice and so tasty, and all it is potato, onion powder and salt and pepper. It's like the easiest recipe in the world. So on to the negative parts about this week. I mean, it's like I said, it's been a good week. I felt great this week. Hopefully the scales will reflect that. But there has been negative parts, and obviously I love a coffee. I am still taking sugar in my coffee and my tea. Well, I've not really had much tea to drink, but I love coffee and I'm still having a sugar. And I would like to eventually get to the stage where I'm doing sweetener in my coffee, but at the minute, I think that stage will come when even though I'm doing everything right on Slimming World, I am still struggling to lose the weight. And I think when I'm struggling to lose the weight, like, I mean, later on down the line, maybe when it's closer to target and that, and I'm clutching at all straws trying to lose this weight, I think that's when that time will come. So I'm not beating myself up too much about it at the minute, but I think eventually I'm going to have to just succumb to the freaking sweetener in my coffee. I don't know. One main thing I think that would slow my weight loss down, and I don't know because I don't know the science of it, is this snacking at night thing. I mean, this is like maybe 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning sometimes, depending how late I'm up. I will still have a good little snack. And like I said, some nights I've had speedy snacks and that, but other nights I've had my healthy extra B with, I think one night I had a char gluten-free roll with tuna and sweet corn, and I had some cucumber and that on the side, and then I had some fruit in that afterwards. And even though all the snacks that I'm having are free food or speed food or within my sin allowance, I still feel that it's not helping my weight loss in the slightest to be snacking so late at night. I'm not in a routine of breakfast, lunch and dinner. Doesn't matter what time of day I get up, I still can't eat breakfast till a good couple of hours after I'm up. Some days I'm up really early, so that might work out that my first meal of the day is a lunch. I have had lunch a couple of days, but other days if I'm getting up later, you know, like at the weekends and that, I like a lie-in at the weekends, maybe 10, 11 o'clock. Don't judge, don't judge. My son's the same, by the way. In fact, my son can sleep longer than I can. He would sleep all day if I let him, at the weekend anyway. Yeah, so I find on those days where I'm sleeping later, I'm not even having a lunch because by the time I'm hungry, it's maybe 3, 4 o'clock and it's nearly tea time, so I don't even bother eating these days. So all I'm having, there's been a few days where all I've had is my dinner and then my snack plate quite late at night. Like I said, it has been a good week and I am trying to look at this objectively. What could I do better? What's been great about this week and things like that. And so if I get a maintain or a gain tomorrow, I'm already thinking about what can I change next week to ensure that I do get a loss. So the last thing that I've got on my little notes right down here, see, is that I haven't drunk enough water. There's been a few days where I've been trying to have a little glass of water with every meal. And a couple of days I've been alright with that. Some days the water's just sat there the whole day. I am better with fizzy drinks and coffee, obviously. When I find actually that when I'm walking, I prefer water to a fizzy drink or coffee. And I mean, I've done this walking thing for the last week, but I've only today just hunted out my water bottle and cleaned it out and that. So I'm going to start taking water with me on my walks. I think that holds a pint and a half of water in my water bottle. So that should be quite good. So that's enough talking for tonight. I will see you again when the results are in. Keep your fingers crossed. You will actually don't, because I've already got the results by the time you're seeing this. So let's take you to the results right now. Hello. So today's actually Thursday, the something of February. I got weighed in yesterday, but I was quite busy yesterday and I never got a chance to film this. And also I was in a stinking mood because, let me show you. Let me show you. Can you see that? I only lost half a pound yesterday. Not amused. Not amused. I thought last week was such a good week. I felt so great at going into Slimming World because I'm not going to say I didn't do anything wrong, because there's something that's happened last week that has caused me not to lose as much weight. I don't know. And I was so pissed off that I only lost half a pound. I actually went to Greggs afterwards, not for myself. I went to pick up a pasty for Ali that he'd asked me to get. And honestly, I would see in that queue, I'm gonna get a chicken bake. I'm getting a chicken bake. I'm getting a chicken bake. Because I was so annoyed. I was like, I've put all this effort in and it's not paid off. So I'm just gonna eat. Sorry, I just swore there. I'm gonna eat what I want, And because there's people in there that's, oh, I had 2 takeaways last week, I had 3 takeaways, and they've lost £2 and stuff. And it's so frustrating when you've worked really hard and made sure all your meals and snacks and everything are on point. And then I've done all the walking and everything last week. I kept to my little personal target for last week. But when I got to the till, I just ordered Ali's pasty. I was like, no, I'm not. There's still £8. It still says I've lost £8 on that to date, and I'm not gonna undo all my hard work, especially within the last week. And I'm gonna try and get my brain in the right frame of mind. Which I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm still quite peed off about it, but I'm trying to, instead of being so annoyed about it, I'm trying to think what I've done in the last week that I could improve on going within the next week. So I've got 3 little targets for next week to try and improve on my weight loss. The first one is the snacking late at night, only speed fruit. That's all I'm allowed after my dinner at night time, unless it's a movie night with Ali, and then I can have whatever within my sin allowance or free food or anything, because we do a movie night like once a week with little snacks and that. So that's the only night that I'm allowed proper like snacky items and that. Anything else after dinner is going to be fruit and fruit alone. So that's my first one. My second one is to try and get my eating in a better routine, which the last couple of days has not been too bad. I am managing lunch and dinner. In fact, this week since like Sunday or something, I've managed lunch and dinner. I am struggling to get in a breakfast because in the morning I just don't feel hungry. If anybody has any suggestions for that, I mean, I'm thinking maybe like a yogurt or something, or making a batch up of the little mini eggy muffins and that, and then I can just kind of snack on them in the morning rather than having a proper like cereal or whatever. So I am going to try and get my 3 meals a day in. And the third thing is, actually somebody mentioned this on my meals of the week video, that I'm maybe having too many carbs, and you know, she's right. I am like really bulking out my dinners with pasta and potatoes. Like I probably have chips 3 or 4 times a week. I was going to say 2 or 3, it's not. Like some sort of potato 3 or 4 times a week, and then it's pasta or rice the other days. And she's completely right, this person. Like she wasn't being nasty, she was just trying to help me. So I'm going to try and be as low carb as possible this week. I'm not going to say I'm carb free or whatever, because that's too much pressure on myself. I think if I put too much pressure on myself, that's when I'm going to end up, you know, fall off the wagon and come off plan. So I am going to go low carb. I'm thinking, you know, things like cauliflower rice or broccoli rice and quinoa and courgette. I'm actually not seen courgette in any of the shops. Tesco, Asda, well, my local Tesco, Asda, or Sainsbury's and that. I'm not sure if Morrison's might have any, but courgette was a really good one, or zoodles as the Americans call it. There's things like butternut squash waffles, squaffles, and butternut squash chips and things like that I can get. So I'm gonna try and switch to all of the kind of things. I've not tried the butternut squash thing, so I've only ever tried butternut squash in a soup. Excuse me, I've got something in my eye. Oh, I've not ever tried the butternut squash out with a soup. It's always been in a soup. I love the butternut squash soup, so hopefully I'll love butternut squash anything else. One thing that I would really like to try, and if anybody knows, I think it might be a seasonal product, is what's it called? Spaghetti squash. I would actually love to try spaghetti squash. I've seen it, but it's always on American Cook With Me's or something like that. So I don't know if we can get it in the UK, but we might be able to get it when it's like in season. So if anybody knows when that's in season, when I should look out for it, please let me know in the comments. That way. So those are my 3 goals this week, as well as keeping up with my walking and everything else that I've been doing. Yes, I probably could change my coffee and sugar thing at the minute, but that is my last, that's going to be like one of the last things I change, because at the minute that's just That's my comfort blanket. And I'm hoping it's something that's going to, you know, gradually come with time. I'm only 4 weeks into this. There's plenty of things that I've still got to change about my lifestyle, my diet, to get to where I want to be. So that's enough about that. Another thing that I wanted to mention was that it was the taster session at group this week, and I made beef and couscous patties, which were really, really tasty, by the way. So I'm going to link them in this description below. Actually, there were beef and quinoa patties in the recipe, but I couldn't find any quinoa local to me, and I couldn't make the big trip to Tesco on Tuesday to get it, quinoa. So I just got couscous and made it, but it was still, they're really, really tasty. So if anybody's looking for a free food item to take the taster session, have a look at the recipe below. It's really simple and easy as well, and it makes about, how many patties did it make? It made 19 patties off a 500-gram bag of mince. So, like I said, I'll link that in the description below. So any of you guys that are doing Slimmer World, please let me know in the comments below. I hope yous have had a better loss than me this week and don't feel so defeated and deflated and peed off. So thanks for watching and listening to me moaning, guys. I really do appreciate it. Keep your fingers crossed for me that it'll be a better loss next week than it was this week. Bye!